All across North America, real estate has becoming a hot commodity. Demand in housing from many areas of the country outweighs the supply of homes in the market. Consequently, traditional negotiations in real estate have taken a backseat to bidding wars. Today, I'm going to show you 10 tips on how you can win that house on your next attempt. Good day everyone, my name is Stephen Young and I have been a professional real estate agent for nearly 20 years, helping people just like you buy and sell properties. I have a license to trade in real estate in Ontario, Canada, so please understand that some of the tips I share may not be useful or even legal in your region of the world. There, now that the disclaimer's out of the way, let's go on to my first tip on how you can become a homeowner and not just a home wisher. Now this might be the most important one of all of my tips, and has no right to be number 10. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 10. If you are financing the property, get pre-approved, not just pre-qualified. I can't stress that enough, but let's start with the difference between pre-approval and pre-qualification. Pre-approval is what you want. Pre-approval is when the lender specifically looks at your criteria. Income, credit score, all the determining factors that you will require in obtaining financing to capture a mortgage. Accuracy is high and risk of error is low with a pre-approval. Pre-qualification is a marketing term, and it could be obtained within 5 minutes online. This is dangerous because it relies on you for the information, and we tend to, fudge a little on these applications. Your income may be $72,000 per year, but you think you deserve a raise, so you type in 75. Your credit card balance? Well, it might be $2,200, it might be $2,400, I don't know. You type in what you want. The qualification means very little other than like a ballpark figure. Do yourself a favor and get yourself a pre-approval today. And when it comes to offer day, confidence in your financing is paramount in building confidence in the seller. In fact, you should accomplish your pre-approval before you even start looking at homes. Seriously, it's not sexy, but it's extremely important. This tip alone can go on every one of my lists in real estate. Make best friends with your lender and be very honest with them. Remember, you are assembling a team and you are the captain. Find a good lender, a good lawyer, a home inspector, and of course, real estate agent. Now, if you're a lender watching this video, please back me up on this and down in the comments down below. Number 9. Do not negotiate the chattels. Now, I have a credo that serves me pretty well. Major on major, minor on minors. If you find yourself wanting to buy a property that will cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars, don't fool around with a 12-year-old microwave oven. Remember, you're not negotiating with the seller. You're in a bidding war and you're competing against other buyers. This is not a traditional real estate transaction that we usually have in the balanced market. There is no lowballing, no back and forth signbacks, and there is a bidding war, an auction. You have to have the best, the strongest, the shiniest offer compared to the rest. Don't major on a minor. Focus on the property, not the things inside. Now, if the seller is offering the chattels, by all means, ask for them. But don't put a mirror in the living room that you want or a beanbag chair in the rumpus room. Do people say rumpus room anymore? So, number 8. A big deposit. First of all, the deposit is only for your down payment. Deposit and down payment are not the same thing. The deposit must accompany the offer or be submitted within a set time frame depending on the state or province that you're in. Again, the advice I'm giving today is for the province of Ontario. That's where I'm licensed. And in Ontario, the time frame is 24 hours. The remaining portion of your down payment is due on closing day. The deposit is a sign of good faith, meaning it's a buyer's promise. A big deposit is subjective to the market that you're in. In your area, if the average house is, say, $200,000, then a big deposit might be $15,000. But in my area, the average price is almost $1 million. So the minimum, I would say, was $25,000 deposit. An average would be about $50,000, and a big deposit would be about $100,000 or more. That'll get their attention. A big deposit sends a strong message to the seller that you're very serious about purchasing their home. It's like putting money where your mouth is. Number 7. Your deposit check in hand. Get the check ready and signed before you present the offer. At the very least, it shows confidence and preparedness. In the best situation, the seller sees it as real money, tangible money, and that check will be theirs. A photocopy of the check can be sent along with the offer. And oh, by the way, make sure that it's not a personal check. Make sure it's like a cashier's check or a bank draft because they don't bounce. Number 6. Pre-inspection. Often in a pre-speculated bidding war, the selling agent will hold offers till a certain date. So home inspection is often a condition added by the buyer, but some properties garnering dozens of offers, some prospective buyers are foregoing their home inspections completely. This presents one of the most difficult situations from a home buyer. Do you keep the home inspection condition in, or which will maybe likely destroy the chances of you winning the bid, but it'll maintain your confidence in the ability to back out should things go awry? Or do you just strike the home inspection completely from your offer and just roll the dice? It's one of the biggest decisions a home buyer will face in a multiple offer situation. Some sellers are getting their own home inspections done before the listing the property, and they offer that report to the buyers. On a personal note, let me just say, I applaud all of you home sellers that have just done that. You realize the situation home buyers are in currently, and providing the community a valuable service of confidence by getting a home inspection done on their behalf is a solid. If you sold a property within a seller conducted home inspection, let me know down below. I want to applaud you for your making the process easier for these home buyers, especially the young ones who don't have quite the experience or the confidence in real estate yet. So what I told you was there's another option. And there is, well, maybe. So conducting a home inspection before the offer presentation. Now I say maybe because this only works under a couple of situations. Now first of all, the seller must allow it. A home inspection costs about $500, and that would be a cost to you no matter what the outcome. Now, the home may fail the inspection. In this case, the $500 you spent is probably well spent. It prevented you from buying a money pit. But also, you could also conduct the inspection at your expense, put your offer in, and not be selected as the winning offer. So if that happens, you're out $500. Now to some, that $500 is worth the chance. In fact, the results of the report itself could actually build your confidence in the property's value. Number 5. As is condition. It is common in my neck of the woods to add a chattel and fixture clause to the offer where the seller is responsible for the chattels and fixtures up until the closing date. For most sellers, this is not a big deal, but it remains a responsibility of the seller. So you have the option of removing this clause entirely. You don't have to put it in. In multiple offers, often bids are very close in price and details. Now removing this clause might just be the one that puts you over the top. Now the condition of the property will determine the risk involved, and you should consult your agent for their advice in such matters. Consider this an option if anything else. Number 4. Simple closing date. Most buyers don't know this, but the closing date is often very, very important to the home sellers. It's convenience. The seller has likely just gone through a strenuous month. Fixing the house up, showcasing it, accommodating dozens of showings, perhaps hundreds, inquiries, disrupting their children's schedules, appeasing pets, a whole bunch of things. And it gets very stressful. And perhaps they are selling before they are purchased. This might give them a fear of what happens after the house is sold. It can be just as stressful for a seller as a buyer, but for obvious reasons. So the right closing date may not be able to overcome a bigger number on the price offered, but is very important to understand that the mindset of the seller. In a bidding war, the seller is in the throne. If possible, accommodate their request for a closing date. I've even seen some agents submit offers to me with a blank closing date. And it wasn't by mistake. It was their way of informing sellers that they are completely flexible. You can even add a clause that allows the seller to change the closing date up or down a few days, given an amount of time. Now, number 3. No conditions. Okay. All right, move closer. This is an important one, and it's the most difficult conversation I have with my buyers in a market like today. I hate it. I hate it very much. I will never, ever recommend crafting an offer for my buyers to sign without conditions to protect them, especially financing and home inspection. Now, that being said, as an agent, these are not our decisions, but merely our recommendations. It is very common in markets like this that we have currently that multiple offers will be clean, firm, and without any conditions. Now, just for the record, I want to quickly explain the difference between a condition and a clause. It's very simple. A condition says that I contractually promise to purchase the property if these terms will be met. A clause says I contractually promise to purchase the property and these terms will be met. See the difference? Two little words, if versus and, but they're very, very powerful words. It is a very difficult situation to go in with a clean, firm offer, one without conditions. If accepted, the house is sold, not conditionally, but sold, firm, like, period, no comma, period. Again, this is the most difficult decision a buyer will make. I would argue that this is more important than offering $20,000 more. A firm offer is the real thing. Consult your agent and have that conversation before you put in your offer. Number 2. More money. Now this one's obvious, and that's why it should be among the top of the list. In fact, this could be tied for top spot, 1A and 1B. Money is king. In most deals, but not all, the highest offer wins. But why not all of them? Well, I've illustrated a few of the scenarios before, but it's best to illustrate this with an example. Let's say offer A, $950,000, $15,000 deposit, a financing condition for 7 days, a home inspection condition for 7 days, and a closing date of exactly 30 days. Now let's look at offer B. Offer B is less money. It's $940,000, but it has a $50,000 deposit, no conditions, and the closing date can be determined by the seller. Now let's assume that all the negotiations are gone through and these are their final offers. Now which one would you choose? I know many people that would roll the dice with offer A, but I know many people as well that like the sure thing, or they would like offer B. Now $10,000 is a lot of money, but it comes down to, is it worth the risk? Can you see how some people will take offer B instead? Now depending if you are a buyer or a seller, you are going to watch this video from a certain angle. I implore you to see the other side of things. If you're a buyer, see it like a seller. If you're a seller, see it like a buyer. It's like playing chess. You ever play chess? Turn the chessboard around and see it from the opponent's perspective. So what's more important than money, Stephen? What's your 1A? Now, before I give you my number 1, there's something I want to do first. No. It's not liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Although I would love it if you did that. I want to talk to you about the danger of love letters. Love letters. What's a love letter? Well, a love letter is a term agents have given to a personal, often handwritten letter from a potential buyer in an attempt to, tug at the seller's human condition. This can also include very specific details, including their family life and even photographs. You might be surprised to learn in some areas that these love letters have been banned. Banned? Why would they be banned? Well, hear me out. Discrimination. Now, my personal opinion on this matter is still unsettled at best, so I'll inform you on the ongoing debate. Now, most people would agree that you should not sell a home to a buyer because of their sex, because of their color, race, creed, whatever. But what if that seller wants to sell their home to a nice family? I mean, you've heard that before, right? But aren't they discriminating against a single buyer? Now, recently this actually happened to a colleague of mine here in the office. Their client's offer was better. More money, no conditions, flexible closing date. It was firm financing, nothing was gone. But the seller chose to sell it to another party because it was a family that lost out on 12 previous homes and bidding wars. They felt bad. This certainly played on the seller's emotions and ultimately factored into their decision. So should the seller have the right to sell to whomever they choose? Or should the buyer be protected from all types of discrimination? And in some areas of North America, this practice has already been banned. Consult with your agent for the best course of action for you. But let's talk about this for another video. This is a whole another topic. So what is your number 1, Stephen? Number 1? It's actually really, really easy if you think about it. Hiring the right agent. One of the biggest mistakes people make in real estate is choosing the wrong agent. And it happens all the time, in my opinion. And it's a big mistake that people should take a few moments to understand. Every agent in your state or province holds the same license, right? So they must all have the same abilities, right? No, they don't. So along with the license, an agent also carries experiences and a work ethic, morality, an ability to communicate, compassion, and a heart. some more than others. So for most people, their real estate holdings are the most valuable financial asset they have. So more than their car, more than stock and bonds, more than their job in some cases. If there is only one thing you can take from this video, please know this: hire the right agent. Hire the agent that is able, hire the agent that understands, hire the agent that listens to you, and most importantly, hire an agent that cares. You deserve the most professional person for the job. Don't just hire somebody because they came up on Google or you saw a billboard. Ask questions. Listen to their answers. Feel their empathy, feel their compassion. That agent that you hire will protect you and arm you as you go into battle on this bidding war. They will not only communicate with you, but they'll be communicating with the listing agent. They will ask questions. They will discover the strategy the listing agent employs. Some agents will give multiple opportunities, like rounds, in the bidding war. Some others will just say, bring your best offer once. We're going to take the best one right from the top. Now, your agent should know that information. Your agent should also communicate in the manner that the listing agent prefers. Phone or text, Facebook, or in person. It may ultimately be the seller's decision what they choose, but that seller is also getting information and endorsement from their agent. It's not just about sucking up, it's also about showing respect to a fellow professional. Despite proper belief, agents are people too. A good agent will sell your offer above and beyond the ink it is printed on. They will build the seller's confidence in your ability to fulfill the promises you've made on the offer. There are numerous other methods to help you win a bidding war. Have I missed any? Probably. So message me below and I will respond to you personally. I am also quite interested in other agents' perspectives on multiple offers, especially from all different areas of the country. Thank you for watching the entirety of this video. If there is a topic you want me to discuss, let me know with a comment. Thank you very much. I'm Stephen Young.